I have learned so much. I love the community, love the engagement.
This is such an incredible and vibrant community.
I'm just totally blown away with what I've learned. The people that I've met.
He brought the big guns out for this 5-day marathon. He brought in big people with big ideas.
And in 3 days, I feel that, wow, the learning is just incredible.
It's really transformed what opportunities and options are out there.
The experts that he brought in front of us, were absolutely incredible.
I learned a lot. All the people that he invited to share their learnings, they're all expert in the field.
But I've learned so much. You have brought people on to your show that I never expected.
I've never thought that I would actually be here with like a gem.
Well, hey there, Ken Krell here. I help people create and produce ridiculously irresistible digital events, awesome and amazing digital events. We call them digital, not virtual, because they're real. Just as I'm real talking with you right now, even though you may or may not be with me live, they're very much real. Virtual to me is a really poor way of expressing the fact that this is reality. Our technology has allowed us to continue to communicate in ways that, frankly, if we had a pandemic 30 years ago, it would have been so much more difficult for us to communicate and get our messages out, where now it hasn't stopped us one bit. In fact, it's increased our ability to communicate in ways that are so much more intimate than ever before. It's a wonderful thing. Now, I'm not saying that a pandemic is a wonderful thing. I'm saying that the technology is a wonderful thing. And today I want to help you overcome some of the obstacles that maybe are in your way when you're doing a digital event, and avoid making some of the basic mistakes that people make, which can set them back. I'd say the first big mistake is your physical presence. Your lighting, for the most part, is going to be one of the biggest things you want to address. I was on a call earlier today with someone who we were going to pre-record something as a bonus for her product, and her lighting was horrible. Now, you want to avoid ceiling lights. Ceiling lights will give you really lousy lighting, unless the ceiling lights are kind of angled in a way that flatters you. Typically, that's not going to work. For you at home, I've got a bunch of lights here in the ceiling. You don't want to use those. I happen to be using factory authorized lighting right now. Okay, I'm going to call it God's lighting because it's sunlight. I have a full wall of glass in front of me, so I've got daylight, and you're never going to do better than daylight. Daylight's wonderful. However, if you're going to be going sideways, for example, and a lot of times I'll shoot up against a wall over there where I have some palm trees as part of a set, the daylight's coming in from one side, the other side has no light, so there's an imbalance. So you want to balance your lights, and I use soft boxes for that. A soft box looks something like, let's see, like this. All right, it's let's see if I can. It's just like this. And they're inexpensive. You can buy them on Amazon, but they'll allow you to balance out your light. What a lot of people will do is use those circular ring lights, which will give you more of a balance because it's not straight in front of your face. It's kind of around you, which will balance you as well. I don't use one, but I would consider recommending it. I use two of the box lights because they're really nicely adjustable, and I can move them any way I want rather than a ring light. So I encourage you to do that, but avoid having ceiling lights like this particular, this morning when we were looking at it, she was there on camera looking like shadows and all over her, but the lights were glaring. Have you ever been going down the road at night and the headlights are in your face? Well, that's what it was like with those lights in your face there. Or you've been in a meeting room, in a ballroom where so often there's spotlights and they're shining right in your face. Horrible. So you want to avoid that. The lighting is gigantic. So do something to get your lighting right. She had a desk lamp that helped, but it still wasn't enough. And I do have a desk lamp here, which I use for my desk, well, for my dining room table, if you will. So lighting critical. Second thing, and by the way, just in terms of how do you resolve it, I could say ring light. If you have other lamps in your home, you can use a regular lamp in your home. And I'll give you a little secret. If you have a lamp with, like, for example, this light bulb here might be a little bit, you can't really see it because my focus here is maybe a little bit harsh. But guess what? If you take some baking paper, baking paper, and cover it over, just tape it over real quick, that tempers it. So it makes it like a softbox, which is what I showed you a few minutes ago. So that's number one. The next thing I'll share with you is well, I'll give you a camera angle in terms of your camera. We took care of lighting. Camera angle. Have your camera above your neck. Above your neck. So it's looking down at you, a little bit down at you. So if you have any kind of neck stuff, it really does flatter you more. So this camera I have, it's above my face. I'm looking up at you. If I change the camera, let me see if I can change the camera here for you. That won't work that easily on StreamYard. I'm not on Zoom. If it's below, it looks different. Now your camera's fine on your laptop. You can use it. I've used my Mac camera for ages. This is not a Mac camera. This is a more expensive Sony camera that I'm using. But the other cameras can be fine. So I wouldn't be concerned with your cameras necessarily. You don't need to start changing cameras yet. One of my big events, I shot with a GoPro, for example. But the way you set that up makes a difference. So again, have it a little bit higher than you, so the angle is better for you. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3 is your sound. People need to hear what you have to say. Even if you are in the dark, if they can hear you, they can hear your message. So use a microphone that will benefit you. And again, if you are using like a Mac, for example, the sound on the MacBook microphone, frankly, is great. So I've used that for a long, long time. I'm using right now an Audio-Technica mic because it does have better quality sound, and also will help mitigate some of the street noise that I have. I live in a very busy intersection. And I like to keep my windows open, so it can get rather noisy here. This mic filters out most of it, so that makes it a bit better. So those are some 3 amateur things that you can work on: your lighting, your camera angle, your sound. I'll give you one more as a bonus, and I'll land the plane here, and that is your backdrop. For the love of God, please don't show us your dirty laundry or the diaper box, or the paint can. Don't, unless you're giving us homemaking techniques that are like, what do you do? You know what I mean? You want to be able to have a backdrop that's somewhat engaging and colorful enough that you don't fade into it. So, for example, earlier today, I was working with someone who was wearing a dark brown with brown and muted colors below a sweater. Everything behind was all muted beige and brown. She was completely lost. For you right now, for looking at me right now, so I've got black right here, so I stand out, and the backdrop for right now, of course, is blurred, so I do stand out. What I have on another wall, I've got 2 palm trees. In fact, I'll turn the camera here real quick so you can see. Many of you have seen this before. I got 2 palm trees over there. And so I'll use that as a backdrop as well if I don't want to be sitting here. But you can you can totally work from your kitchen or whatever if you want to, but just make sure that the backdrop lets you highlight yourself and wear something that will flatter yourself, number 1. Don't just like sit down and start running a video. Present yourself. The video lasts forever, my friends. So wear something that's nice. And I like to wear something that's branding. So I typically will wear this shirt or a similar type of black shirt, or I will wear a white button down when I do webinars or whatever, or presentations. So there's more of a business kind of a thing. I'm also known for some of my branded t-shirts, which I wear during events. And if you come to one of my events, you'll get to see that. I'll encourage you to do that in just a sec. Anyway, so those are some of the things to bear in mind. So that way you show yourself off as professionally as possible so that people will engage with you and will fall in love with you rather than be like, who is this person? People do now look at what you do, and the standard has risen. The standard has risen. So we need to step up to do that. Hopefully this has helped you. If you want to learn more about how to present better and earn revenue from your presentations, I will encourage you to join me at Pride. If you go to joinpride.com/now, it'll take you to a sales page where you can register for our next Pride event, which is coming up on the 22nd, 23rd, 24th of this month. I'll also get you access to our executive summary briefing here. So if you want to learn more about how digital events can transform everything, go to amazingdigitalevents.com/briefing. And that will allow you to join us for our upcoming masterclass or our executive briefing, which is, I believe, tomorrow, Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time is how we're doing them. But the next event is at joinpride.com or joinpride.com/now. And let me cover that up here. There we go. And what you'll learn over 3 amazing days is how to produce ridiculously irresistible digital events. That's why it's called Pride, produce ridiculously irresistible digital events. How you can have a digital event outperform anything you've ever done in a hotel, for example, make a whole lot more money, have a lot more fun, and change the world. And we take you soup to nuts from step by step, from beginning to end, how you can find the audience, how you get them engaged, how you get them to show up, how you can make money before the event ever starts. What do you do over the time that you're together, whether it's a 1 day or a 3 day program, or if it's a summit, or whether it's a challenge or whatever? What do you do? How do you do it? If you're going to make an offer, when do you make the offer? Because if you make it too soon, they're going to hate you. If you make it too late, you're going to hate yourself. So how does it all go together? What's the strategy? What's the philosophy? And what's the process? Understand, I've been speaking from the stage, selling millions upon millions of dollars from the stage for 39 years, going on 40. Oh my God, it's a long time. But I've honed this to a science. There's a system to this. You follow the system, you make money. You don't follow the system, you don't make money. It's that simple. You want to be wealthy? You want to make a difference? You want to change the world? Then this is how to do it. So with that said, I'm going to land this airplane. Thanks for watching. Hope you've had some great value from this. Post some questions and comments below. Pride, once again, is January 22nd, 23rd, 24th, excuse me, January 22nd, 23rd, 24th of the year of our Lord, 2021. And I do encourage you to come join us. If you have any questions, pop in the chat. And looking forward to seeing you at Pride. Have a good day, everybody. Stay safe. Bye-bye.